Flight Boss, bitch, you know, for sure. You're now listening to the Mind Eminent Terry's Moon, Flight Boss, the Archangel Uriel, and I'm here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. And right now I want to talk about divination versus prophet. And we gonna weigh the two to see which one actually hold more weight and which one is more believable. Now, I don't want to say believable as far as you need to believe one or the two, but as far as I got this problem with religious people trying to make divination appear to be evil, because in the Bible, if you understand it, it would explain divination as someone's using sorcery or using something, and using certain things and signs and stuff as access for evil spirits and things of that nature. Which, why is there evil spirits in the first place? But that's another thing. But yeah, using these things to kind of tell the future. So me being an astrologer, I will appear to be evil to a religious person because this is a form of using divination. So I guess religious, especially Christians, don't look at nobody to be divine. It's impossible to be divine so a Christian don't even think they're divine. You know what I'm saying? It's impossible to be divine. They can only try to be divine. So, and here's the thing, their Jesus used divination. The whole Bible is explaining what's going to happen. You got somebody coming telling you what's going to happen. So the Bible will tell you that divination is wrong, yet they worship something that uses divination. You see what I'm saying? So what spirits was Jesus conjuring when Jesus was doing divination? Now let's separate between a person that will appear to use divination and a person that is a prophet. Now, what is a prophet? A prophet is a person that is like a teacher or somebody that's somebody that feel like they have the will of God or something like that. So in so many words, I'm a false prophet. Anybody in the physical flesh, this is false. So if you want to just talk about me calling myself Archangel Uriel, I feel like I am Uriel. I'm not coming in the name of Uriel. See, I feel like I am Uriel. So there's a big difference. A prophet is false by definition. You know why? Because a prophet is someone who comes in somebody else's name. You know what I'm saying? When Jesus came, he came in the name of God. Whoever come in, and then whoever come as a Christian, they come in Jesus' name. You see what I'm saying? So a prophet, all prophets came in somebody else's name. So they're not the actual person. There's somebody coming in that person's name. So you see what I'm saying? That's a false prophet by definition. So to a false prophet, anybody who try to play the role saying, no, I am this, to a false prophet, that's going to be seen as evil. Because here's the thing. A false prophet is a person that want to take your power away, take your divination away, and they want you to only come to them for the divination. So you see what I'm saying? A person who's divine, a person who uses divination is a person who could use this energy for themselves, right? And a false prophet is a person that'll tell you, no, you're not supposed to do that. You come to me for your divination. You see what I'm saying? And a person who starts to use divination, the false prophet will look at the person who's using divination as a person who's trying to be their own God. When in reality, what the fuck is the first prophet trying to do? You're trying to do the same thing, but do it falsely. You try to do it with illusion. You try to do it hiding behind shit. You try to do it, and then the shit you hide behind, we can't even prove. So this is the false prophet is actually the science that the government is doing. This is the science and the mind waves and the mind brain waves that humans are using to obtain power. You see what I'm saying? It all trickles back down to one frequency. I don't care what filter of words and baggage that word carry. The frequency vibration always lead to the same pyramid topping. You see what I'm saying? So when you look at false prophet, It's basically this a person that used divination, but they feel like they're the only ones who have access to this divination, and they hide behind a source. They tell you they coming in the name of a source, right? So when the divination appeared to not work, you can't necessarily blame the false prophet. And when you go back to the false prophet, all it could do is give you some more divination. So you kind of lead in a sense of you kind of get led into the world of lostness, even following a false prophet. But when you look at divination, you can figure out for yourself. So it's like religion is at fault, and you got some people who so deeply rooted in religion that they're gonna come up with all kind of logical ways to come up with what I'm saying is wrong, when in their heart they truly have no reason to be a preacher if they are Christians. Because to be a preacher, you're goddamn it using divination. And you think it's not wrong because you're hiding behind a source that nobody can fucking prove. And who does that? The fucking government. Don't y'all see that? We in the age of Aquarius now. It's time to wake the fuck up. Y'all gonna have to wake the fuck up. For real. I don't care how deeply rooted in religion you is. I don't care how many mind concepts you got around. But see, the Bible explained this, and this is what you're just doing now. No, that don't make no sense. You're not supposed to listen to divination. Period. Because if that's the case, if you are into your Bible and you're trying to make an excuse about Jesus doing something else, and he's not doing divination, or your God is not doing divination, if you're trying to say they're doing something else and you make an excuse about it, then you're going to have to agree to the terms and conditions that whatever took place in the Bible wasn't prophesizing what's happening now. It must have been just whatever happening now always been happening. And it was talking about what has already happened. You have to agree to them terms and conditions. Because if you agree to them, if you're a religious person and you agree to the terms and conditions that whatever they was talking about then, they was prophesizing, aka that word prophet again, they just love to tell the future. And they telling you what's going to happen, what's going to become. Then goddamn it, you gotta agree to the terms and conditions that your God was in divination. And it wanted you to not use your divination or use any aspects of divination, and it wanted you to only get any type of divine source of information from itself. So it wanted to rule over the authority of divination. And we know, and look, check this out, keep this in mind. We know your God wasn't the only person who had access to divination. Because the way they explain it in the Bible is people was using this. So this was shit that people already knew about, people already had access to. So it's not even some shit your God created. So why do your God want power and authority over it? And so what? You gonna agree? You want to agree to the terms and conditions that your God created it then? So your God created divination then. You can't get out of it. You can't get out of it. You might as well stop being religious and get into this spirituality. And I'm about to stop calling astrology, because now you're gonna have people arguing me, oh, but that name was made by the Greeks. I know where the fucking name I know where the name came from. I know where that name originated from. You know what I'm saying? I know where all that shit. Listen, it's not about the names. It's about the energy something carrying. Now, the energy something carrying can be mixed and tangled and filtered through a bunch of filters based upon what was added onto it, and based upon how low the dimension we are in, based upon how far we away, based upon distance and numbers. If you know if you could be down here right now and say there's 1 billion people on Earth, that lets you know in the distance we are from the singularity. We are 1 billion something away from you see what I'm saying? So you got to correlate numbers with everything. But there's really no such thing as numbers as 1 through 9, but I'm talking about the added. We know when you start to add compound numbers, that's added, that's weight. So anytime there's more weight, it goes further down into density, into the rainbow ocean. So if we billions and billions of numbers into density, that's in distance wise, we're billions and billions of numbers or distances away from the surface of the rainbow ocean. So it's gonna be before you ascend to get any type of breath outside of this rainbow ocean, first you got to make sure you're going the right direction. And I'm telling you, religious people, you're not going the right direction. Now that's what I can tell you. I can't tell you nothing about your religion, and I ain't got no better religion. Well, I actually do got something better to get into. And get into astrology. You'll understand everything a lot better. You'll understand God a lot better. You'll understand your position a lot better. You'll understand the energetic energy and the forces that you are in a lot better. Don't be going out telling people that if you don't do this and don't do that, you're going to hell. You need to understand that you're not telling nobody that. You're living that life. You're living a life of warning people about fear, or they're going to go to this place. So you're living a life of being in that place. Otherwise, you wouldn't have that vibration or a mind state to even think like that in the first place. For an example, a baby don't know anything about fear, so or what's hot. So a baby don't have that concept until you put that baby onto the concept. Now say you tell a baby if they touch a fire, touch the top of the stove, it's gonna burn itself or whatever like that, right? And then you be like, see, it burnt yourself. But you really gotta ask yourself, who said that's called burning? Who said that's what's actually happening? Who said that's actually how you feel? You could train the mind. You see what I'm saying? But y'all are letting external things train y'all mind for y'all by letting prophets come into your life and take you down false and lost areas of your motherfucking life. When all you just need to do is get that little, you already had that divine essence in you, so use a little bit of divination to know if you following the right spirit. Don't just let something tell you that you can't prove, something that you never seen before and is written in a book tell you that divination is searching for lost spirits and shit like that. Do divination for yourself, for you can see which ones is the fucking dark spirits and which ones is the good ones. And you know what? You may just find out that the one that told you that divination is wrong, you may just find out that that spirit was motherfucking evil. Flight boss, bitch, goddamn air.